In this video, I will describe people and events from the 12th century, 1101 to 1200. For each quarter century, I will note famous births and deaths and significant events in politics, religion, and culture. Here we go. In the first quarter of the 12th century, 1101 to 1125, the English clergyman Thomas à Becket and John of Salisbury were born, as was the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick Barbarossa. Saint Anselm of Canterbury died, and so did the Arabian philosopher Al-Ghazali and the Chinese poet Su Dongpo. In politics, Henry V became Holy Roman Emperor in 1111 and was excommunicated the following year. The Almohad Caliphate began expanding across North Africa. In religion, the First Crusade took the city of Acre in 1104. The Order of Knights Hospitalier was founded, and so was the abbey at Clairvaux, with St. Bernard as the first abbot. The First Lateran Council suppressed simony and the marriage of priests. In culture, one of the first onion-domed churches was built, St. Nicholas at Novgorod, and the University of Bologna was founded. In the second quarter of the 12th century, 1126 to 1150, the philosophers Averroes and Moses Maimonides were born. Peter Abelard and the Persian poet Omar Khayyam died. The Second Lateran Council ended the Schism of 1130. One of its rulings commanded bishops and priests not to cause scandal by wearing ostentatious clothes, but to dress modestly. The Second Crusade was launched in 1145, ending in failure 2 years later. Construction began on the west facade of Chartres Cathedral, and Abelard's description of his love affair with Eloise was published. Around this time, we see paper being manufactured in Muslim Spain. In the third quarter of the century, 1151 to 1175, Genghis Khan was born, and St. Bernard of Clairvaux and St. Thomas à Becket died. The Toltec Empire in Mexico ended, and Henry II took the English throne as the first Plantagenet king. Thomas à Becket became Chancellor of England and Archbishop of Canterbury. After fleeing to France in 1164, he returned to England and was murdered in 1170. He was canonized 3 years later. King Henry II was reconciled to the Pope and did penance at Canterbury for Becket's murder. The Carmelite Order was founded. The Chinese began to use explosives in warfare. Chess and horse racing appeared in England. Construction began in Paris on Notre Dame Cathedral, and Oxford University was founded. It was also the golden age of Buddhist art in Burma. The final quarter of the 12th century, 1176 to 1200, saw the births of Francis of Assisi, the scientist-philosopher Albertus Magnus, and the Persian poet Sadi, also the deaths of the Sultan Saladin, King Richard the Lionheart, and the Chinese poet Chu Ci. In warfare, Saladin first conquered Syria, then Jerusalem in 1187. Richard became King of England in 1189, fought in the Third Crusade, and was captured and ransomed. He was killed during a siege in France in 1199. In 1191, the Zen monk Yi Sai returned home from a trip to China with black tea seeds, beginning the large-scale cultivation of tea in Japan. Cambridge University was founded, and around this time in Germany, the Song of the Nibelungs was composed. By the end of the century, we see the first glass windows in private homes in England, and in Europe the first windmills with vertical sails. That's my summary of people and events of the 12th century. Thanks for watching today. Goodbye.